time it actually didn't foam up over. I didn't have to put a blow off tube on it. But yeah, there's the sediment. It's been 3 days, so 4 more days I'll rack it and probably put it in the secondary, or else I'll just instead of putting it in the secondary, I might just put it leave it in there for 10 days and then bottle it, because it's supposed to be cloudy. So I'll have to think about that, what I want to do, how I'm going to bottle it, or when I'm going to bottle it. So I'll get back to you. I wanted to make a correction. At the beginning of this video I said this was my 4th batch of beer, 3rd time all grain. It is my 4th batch of beer, but it's my 2nd time all grain. The first batch was just a 1 gallon, so the other 3 batches were 5 gallons. The first batch was extract, the 1 gallon, and the second one, the first one was that American Pale Ale. The second one was my brown ale. That was a 5 gallon. That was already hopped, and I didn't have to do a boiler in that. That was an extract, a hopped extract method. But the last 2 were all grain, just to clarify that. So it's day 5 on the Hefeweizen primary fermentation, day 5. So it came out to 1010. I decided to rack it now and then put gelatin in it for 2 weeks to clear it up. Hefeweizen is supposed to be cloudy, but I think it would taste a little better, a little cleaner if it was clarified, so I'll go ahead and do that. So I just wanted to show you what it looked like. Then I got leftover sweet wort that didn't all fit in the primary fermenter. So I'm going to boil that to sanitize it, and I'll add it back into the fermenter then. So I still have 5 gallons. I got about half gallon of that, so I shouldn't lose any more than a half gallon because of sediment. So that's what I'm going to do, and it might mess with the gravity a little bit, but I'll remember what it was. I'll write it down, so I definitely know what the alcohol is in the end. Because if you do something like that, add sugar to it, and then you don't write it down, you can forget what the alcohol was in it exactly. So that's why you write it down. So that's what I'm gonna do. So and there's the sediment. That's what I'll be decanting off the liquid, the beer from the sediment. It actually looks pretty good. The color's what it's supposed to look like. I can see carbonation in it already just from the fermentation, so that's good. And there's proteins kind of floating on top there, so I know I'll have a head, and pretty much. I'll also clean this out then. Once this gets emptied, I'll fill it up with water and clean it out. Get all the shrub off of it. And then when it's nice and clean, I'll siphon it back in to this and put the airlock on. Add the gelatin, put the airlock back on, and wait 2 weeks. Then I can bottle it. I'll probably end up sucking some of the yeast out of the bottom here, but most of it will stay in here. And then in 2 weeks, it'll have another sediment like this, and the beer will be much, much clearer. So. That's all she wrote. And all that yucky stuff in there is what isn't going into my beer. So that's what's taken out of the beer. And that's pretty much what it looks like when it's done. And that's my decanted beer. And then I'll clean this out, clean that out, scrub this out, and that goes back into here. Then I'll put the gelatin in it, put the airlock back on. 2 weeks later, it'll look like this again, and I'll actually rack it into there, put the priming sugar in, and then I'll go from there and into the bottles. So there you have it. There you have it. So that's pretty much it. And we're racking it back in.